in my garage gym. We call it the dungeon. We talk about physical and financial fitness in the mornings. So if you like to talk about physical and financial fitness, how to get yourself in better physical shape, financial shape, then you come join me in my morning YouTubes, in my lives. All right. So Andy's on. Good morning. Healthy lunch already made this morning. Let's go. Andy's on the trip. Let's go. Excuse me. One of those mornings this morning, Andy. I didn't feel like coming on at all. We ended up staying up late last night. Kind of on accident, kind of on purpose, if you know what I mean. A little bit late. So we are feeling it this morning. My elbow's still thrashed. I don't know what the heck I did to my elbow. I broke something. I did something because it's been over a week now. It's been over a week now, and my elbow is completely not completely, but something's wrong with it, man. So we're gonna do light workout. I have golf today. That's why I'm gonna attempt to golf with my messed up elbow. I have golf planned this afternoon. I got a jacked up elbow. You know what's up. Nothing ever works right after a while. Is it age? Is it age, Andy? Is that just it, or is it just that we didn't? I didn't stretch out properly before I went and do my athletic activity. I don't know. Elbow is jacked up though. So light workout today. Unfortunately, I wish I could lift a lot heavier, but we're gonna do a light workout today, and basically just sticking to the diet of the 60-day six-pack challenge. So, you know, guys, we're going to do the 60-day six-pack challenge. Today is day 4 of 60. So day 4 of 60-day six-pack challenge. Going to try to see if we can't get some physical goals reached in 60 days. My wife, she wants to lose 20 pounds in 60 days. I would like to get my six-pack abs to show up like when I was a 19-year-old young gent. It's been a long time since the old six-pack has shown through the flubber. No doubt. No six-pack for me, but changing the diet. Yes, sir, Andy. I'm telling you now, if we work out 5 days a week, you do need some days for recovery. If we work out 5 days a week, I don't care how you mix those 5 days up. I just happen to do weekdays, Monday through Friday, because I come live with you guys and I feel like I'm doing my busy work in that, and weekends get to be family and golf and everything else. So I really do 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, but you can pick your 5 days, right? As long as you do 5 days a week of exercise, lifting weights, jogging, golfing, a combination of all of those, right? Whatever it may be. But if you're doing 5 days a week of exercising for at least about 45 minutes to an hour, in my opinion, minimum. So if you're doing 45 minutes to an hour of exercising 5 days a week and you're really sticking to the diet, in 60 days, you'll see some major change. There's zero doubt about it. If done right, right? People that kind of pussyfoot around it, and people that, you know, like me all the time, where it's like, no, I'm eating good until nighttime when I'd have, you know, the gigantic piece of chocolate cake or, you know, whatever it may be. You know, we cheat, we let ourselves slip a little bit. So, gosh, got a frog in my throat this morning too. It's one of those mornings, man. Got a frog in my throat. I'm a little congested. I didn't feel like doing it. We stayed up too late, too tired. So where am I at? Right here in the damn gym, about to get myself going, because no matter if we don't feel like it, the hard part, guys, is convincing yourself to get your ass up and do things. That's can we agree that that's the hard part? Once your ass is up and you're doing things, it's not as hard anymore. But getting your ass up to do things is very difficult. This morning was one of those mornings. It was a rough one. So let's talk about diet a little bit, Andy, since you were wanting to dig into that here already this morning. Andy's got his lunch made for today already. Andy's got his lunch made. Andy's trying to stick to the diet. And it's a freaking garage, man. It must be KV Car Guy's first time on my channel, obviously. That's very observant, though. Yes, this is a garage. Yeah, so I do I'm going to tell you guys. So we're doing this 60-day six-pack challenge. We're trying to figure out if old fat men like me who are 46 years old, within 60 days, can we knock ourselves back into six-pack mode like when we were like 18 or 19 years old? Can we do it? I don't know. Life has hit us all, right? If we're in our 40s and our 50s, life has hit us all. So, you've now been years of eating wrong, years of bad sleeping habits, years of not working out properly, years of too much beer drinking, years of all this. And it shows, right? All those habits over time show up in your physique. So what we're doing is a 60-day six-pack challenge. Anybody who wants to come along and do it with us, my wife's trying to lose 20 pounds and I'm trying to get my six-pack back. Like when I was 19 years old, I'm 46 years old now. But so it's a challenge, guys. It's a challenge that within 60 days, really, and honestly, if you don't want a six-pack abs or whatever it is, there's males, there's females that come on my channel, both. But my wife's trying to lose 20 pounds, and I'm trying to get six-pack abs. I'm 46 years old. It's a funny thing because can you do something really if you put your mind to it? Can you really do something and change drastically in like 60 days? Physically or financially? I mean, can you make change that quickly? And so it's a challenge. We're going to find out, right? So I'm going to be very upfront, apparent. Obviously, you guys are going to see my results on my lives every single morning on YouTube. I can't hide nothing from anybody. So we're on day 4 of the 60-day six-pack challenge. Now, what's up, Angela? How you doing? Good morning. Good morning. I can't. Let's see. I'm going to call you Three-Let. We're going to call you Three-Let. I like that. Three-Let asking about tuna for protein and that. So, yeah, so Andy's following along. Andy's on here. Andy's following along a little bit, with this program, trying to figure out if he can make some changes too. So if you guys want to make some changes physically in the next 60 days, I mean attainable changes, right? I'm not going to go and be Mr. Olympia. I'm not trying to be Mr. Olympia or anything. So it's like, let's make some really achievable changes that you'd really like to see metabolically or physically. Let's try to help you do this in 60 days. Oh, Angel. My bad. Angel, not Angela. Angel Arenas. Got you, brother. My bad. Sometimes it's hard to read because I don't have like a big screen. I'm just looking at my cell phone screen. But so 60-day six-pack challenge. If there's something that you want to achieve physically within the next 60 days, well, I guess 56 days now, because we're already 4 days into the challenge. So yeah, that's my oldie but a goodie, baby. That's my old CLS back there. Fun little car to drive around. It's my Zipperoonie, but we have the Chevy Suburban for the family car, okay? So we have the 60-day six-pack challenge going. It's only 4 days in, so you guys aren't too late. If you want to try to achieve some sort of a physical fitness goal that you may have for yourself, and try to get it done quickly with support of others and all that good stuff. Because our friends and our family are not the right support systems when we try to make change. You know that? They talk more shit than they do support us generally. So if we have some people where we're strangers, we can help each other, right? I'm a stranger to most of you. Some of you know me pretty well on here, like Andy and some folks. But, if we can help support each other and do like the 60-day challenge of just helping each other day after day after day, stick to the diet and stick to the program, because the hardest thing is consistency, right? So if you can have somebody like me or Andy here in the comments that can help you, the car? No, the car's a V8. That's a pretty powerful car. It's one of the CLS version is supposed to be the fun, sporty, fast, powerful yet small and sporty sort of version of Mercedes-Benz. So, but anyway, digress, guys. Not a car show, physical and financial fitness show. Let's go. So, but yeah, I do this in my garage, right? So I started working out 2 years ago, guys. And if I show you my before and after picture, I don't look like the same guy. So it's been 2 years for me on this fitness journey where I was like fat dad, beer belly, no muscles, looking like shit, no energy, so on, so on. I go, man, this is not me. So I flipped it around 2 years ago. I built a little garage gym. So this is like for you guys who are new to the channel, but this is like my garage gym right here, guys. That's it. I got some surfboards on top of it even. But dude, it's a little rack that I bought. It's called Makolo, right? I got that thing on Amazon and I bolted it to the wall, right? So I got like couple little pulley machines. I've got like these little power block dumbbells right here. And It's like literally this tiny portion of my garage gym. And so I built this little garage gym of my own just so I could start getting my ass in shape because I was sick of it. Well, I've made some drastic changes that are becoming fairly obvious to other people around me, that my muscles have come back and my belly's gone away. But you know what? There's this last bit of it, guys, for me anyways, because I'm not trying to compete with the fitness influencers and I'm not trying to compete with the bodybuilders. That's not me. I was literally fat dad 2 years ago. Literally fat dad 2 years ago, for sure. So, uh, so in 2 years, I was able to make a pretty good change for me physically. So I thought, this last bit that I want is I would like to get rid of the rest of the fat on top of my muscles of my belly. Like I've got this like inch or inch and a half padding still of flubber. You know what I mean? You feel me? Over my stomach muscles. It's just, and that's just body fat percentage and things like that. I know that I still have some stomach muscles hidden underneath there, right? You feel me? Or you feel like that? You're like, I know I got muscles underneath there, but their muscles are underneath the whale flubber. So my goal, right, for me personally was in the next 60 days, try to lose that little last bit of whale flubber on my belly and try to get my six pack to show up like when I was a young man, right? So that's my goal. Wife wants to lose 20 pounds, and we're going to go ahead and give updates today. Yeah, the flubsies on top of my bellies. Yeah, man. So we're going to be giving updates daily on what our diet is, because I think diet is the most important thing for that purpose, or actually for both purposes. If you're a dude and you're trying to grow muscle, lean muscle, you want to grow your muscles, dudes, but you want to decrease the beer belly and get rid of the fat and all that so you can actually look good with your shirt off and that, that's the road we're heading down. And same with women that want to just be more shapely, a little bit more fit looking, wear the 2-piece bikini instead of the 1-piece, you know what I'm saying? So we didn't do this 60-day challenge. If you want to come along, we'll give you what we eat every single day, because I think diet is more than half the battle in this game. And then you guys will see my workouts. I have a couple of injuries I'm working on, and I am playing golf this afternoon. So you'll see I'm blabbing more than I'm working out today, because we're just going to do a light workout. We're going to get our body moving, but I'm not going to lift heavy today. I've had this elbow problem now for a week and a half, 2 weeks, about a week and a half actually. But I've had this elbow problem for a week and a half, and I don't know what the hell is wrong with it. I thought it'd be better by now, but it's still a little bit jacked up. And I'm planning to play golf, which is what injured it. I'm planning to play golf this afternoon. So we're going to do a light workout. But here's the diet, okay? So yesterday, guys, I had, well, you know what? I probably have to go back in my own stories to even remember it, guys. But, yesterday I had, what did I have? Let me think of my meals yesterday for you guys to have. So, So I had, grilled chicken. I had grilled chicken, 6 ounces of grilled chicken breast, 5 egg whites with 1 egg yolk. So 6 eggs, but 5 with no yolk, just the egg whites, and then an extra egg with the yolk. So only 1 yolk. So I had 6 scrambled eggs, 5 egg whites, 1 egg yolk, 6 ounces of just plain grilled chicken. And I put tapatio on that, guys, for flavoring. And I had 1 sliced pear. So that's what I had for breakfast. Then, why no yolks? When you're managing macros, good question. So Andy said, why in my eggs I didn't have any yolks? When you're managing macros, there's how you are getting your calories is very important to how you can cut body fat. And so when we're trying to stick to calories, for me, guys, I'm 170 pounds. So at 170 pounds, I'm trying to have 200 grams of protein per day. So that's one of the metrics of your macronutrients that you're trying to judge and calculate. So I'm trying to have 200 grams of protein per day. Okay. Now, generally, when they're saying you're doing a cut, like you're trying to get a 6-pack or whatever, you're trying to drop some body fat, then what they're generally saying is that if you have a lot of carbs and a lot of fats on top of that, if you're filled with a lot of carbohydrates and a lot of fats in that 2,000 calories, that it'll be very difficult for you to shed a lot of weight. You kind of have to pick one or the other, if that makes sense. So when you're looking at macros, you've got your total calorie consumption, yes, but you've got protein, fat, and carbohydrate. And so when you download these apps that are free, right? Like we use MyFitnessPal. When you download an app like MyFitnessPal, you can actually enter the foods that you're going to eat today. Like, so we've already last night entered into MyFitnessPal the foods that I plan to eat today so that I can figure out how I can fit it all in and how I can get those proper macros and how I can still have an enjoyable day of eating. Does that make sense? So yeah, we are going to do that. So I see that Dorcas, that's a fun name. I think my older sister used to call me that when I was a young kid, Dorcas. That's funny. But yeah, so Dorcas is asking how to get some better shoulders. Okay. So how do we get some better shoulders? Well, let's work on that while we chat. Okay. And while we finish up this diet. But so then I had, as Andy knows, I had my magic tuna recipe, and I had 2 cans of tuna yesterday, not 1. So my magic tuna recipe yesterday was lunch, guys. So for breakfast, it was the eggs, 6 eggs, but it was 5 egg whites and 1 yolk because I'm trying to reduce the amount of fats and carbohydrates that I consume in a day. And the egg yolk contains a lot more of the fats. The egg whites are much more lean. So the more yolks you put in to your scrambled eggs, the harder it is to lose fat, right? The less yolks you put into your eggs, if you could just go all egg whites, but I like the yolk. I like the creaminess of it. So awesome stuff. Dorcas says look, help with shoulders. How do you guys grow your shoulders? How do you guys grow your shoulders? Well, that was a question that we had from Dorcas. Streeper's on. What's up, dog? That's okay. You don't got to worry about coming on time or anything like that, guys. I'm the only one that has to sort of maintain some sort of timeliness to this call. You guys hop on when you want to, brother. I'm just here to motivate you physically and financially, and you come and absorb as much of my blab as you want to, okay? But Dorcas was saying, "What's up, dude? How do we get the shoulders, guys?" So when I was 2 years ago, I had 0 shape. Okay. And I mean it, guys. My arm looked like a female arm. I was so sick of it. Okay. So, Andy, it's okay. You did do good, man. You did do good, especially if you didn't put a bunch of seasonings. Andy said, damn, he thought he did good last night. He had 6 eggs scrambled. That is really good. Right? That is really good. You did good. You just learned something new today, right? That's why egg whites are more lean protein and the yolk has more of the fats and things like that in it. So if you're regulating your macros, oftentimes it's better to, salt and pepper's good too. Lightly. You don't want to use a lot of seasoning but salt is good for just about everything. Okay. If you're using the proper salt, never use table salt, only hand dug Celtic sea salt. Sorry. That's all you want to use. Real salt, not fake salt. Okay. So somebody was saying, how do you do shoulders? Okay. Well, shoulders are a big deal because shoulders, especially obviously when you're in a tank top shirt, you can see your shoulders, but just when you're in a regular t-shirt, if you're in dress clothes, a dress shirt, you're wearing a shirt and tie to work or whatever, shoulders, guys, and your traps up here, shoulders and traps, these will make you look a lot more filled out, or you get that V shape as a dude more so, right? When you start to grow your shoulders. So one of our audience members in here said, hey, how do we do this? How do we do this shoulder growth? Okay. Well, here's 2 exercises. We'll do 2 exercises real quick that'll grow some shoulders, and we'll actually get a little bit of a shoulder pump while we're chit-chatting. So you'll be able to see here in about 10 minutes. If you want to just see how quickly it happens, I haven't lifted any weights today, guys. This is just when I wake up out of bed. Obviously, I'm not trying to be a big buff guy, but no, I have Norwegian sea salt. Just so, Andy, study the salt and find out where the salt comes from and if there's any additives to it and where the actual salt comes from. Okay. But I will show you guys my ingredients and stuff like that. And if you guys want to go to my Instagram, it's at @ThePatrickFrance. If you go to my Instagram and you follow me on Instagram, I'm updating my stories all day long in Instagram as I go. And a lot of times I'm taking photographs and listing the ingredients of my breakfast, my lunch, my dinner, and my foods throughout the day for this 60-day 6-pack challenge. So go over to Instagram and follow if you want to follow along with the dieting for the 60-day 6-pack challenge. Okay. But, okay, I don't know what alien cowboy farmer is saying, but rad. Okay, so let's go ahead and build a little bit of shoulders, guys, and we're going to get onto the subject, because if you want to follow along with the 60-day 6-pack challenge, you can see the workouts that I'm doing here in the mornings, and you can probably get a lot more updates on my food, my recipes, and my diets that I'm eating on my Instagram stories. So go to the Instagram at @ThePatrickFrans and follow, check out my stories to get the real updates on all the dieting that I'm going to do for the 60-day six-pack challenge. We're going to try to achieve some major physical goals, and I'm going to help you do it too. So if you guys want to drop the beer belly, if you guys want to get some bigger shoulders, whatever it is, we can concentrate on what it is you want to achieve physically. We can help each other achieve it in 60 days. With the right diet and the right effort, we can do it. So that's about it. I'm going to digress and get off of the soapbox about the 60-day six-pack challenge, but that's what we're doing over the next 56 days, because this is the fourth day of the 60-day six-pack challenge. See if we can get six-pack abs like we had when we were young men, but we could do it now when we're in our 40s or 50s or whatever it is. Can we get a huge chunk of that knocked out, or can we actually achieve that goal in just a 60-day time period? What do you want to achieve physically? What do you want to achieve physically? If you want to achieve something physically and you want a support system and you want everybody cheering you on every day and all that, then come to this live 6:45 to 8 a.m. and we're going to help cheer each other on. Okay, so that's the fitness part of today, and we're going to do our workout while we talk more trash. But you guys know this is financial fitness as well with me. I like to teach people about financial fitness. Not only how to be physically in your best shape you can be in, but how can we be in our best shape we can be in possibly financially? And are these two games we can constantly play and have a great time with in life and make it fun? Absolutely. Okay. Yes, you can definitely be ripped at any age, you guys. So one of my big messages, if you're new to my channel, one of my big messages I like to preach is, look, I'm here to help you get in your best physical shape possible, in your best financial shape possible. And it doesn't matter what age you are or where you're starting from. We're all starting from where we're at, guys. We're at a certain age, we're at a certain health, we're at a certain financial place, we're at a whatever. We are where we're at, but we can make some drastic changes physically and financially to better ourselves and our lives very quickly. And so that's what my channel is about here on YouTube in the mornings. Help you guys. And by the way, y'all help me too. Don't forget. So when Andy's coming on all the time, and we've got my regulars and people that I'm helping and people that are trying to follow along with the diet and better themselves, I've got people that are changing their mindset about money and cash flow. And if you're changing your mindset and I'm helping you think more positively and you're feeling more confident about yourself, or you're feeling like, hey man, maybe if I have the right support team, I can go achieve something different. Okay. That's what this channel is about. So you guys really motivate me. The more I'm helping you guys, the more I want to show up, okay? Otherwise, I wouldn't do all this with the camera and blab my mouth and put on the microphone and do all this crap in the morning, guys. I would just get my ass down here and do my work, okay? So there was a question about how do we build some bigger shoulders, and we are within a 10-minute time from right now while we change the subject to the financial part of this show. Okay, we're going to talk some financial stuff. And the good thing is it's more of a challenge for you guys. So you guys will be doing most of the work, I'm hoping, in the chat, where I can get in a couple sets here and I won't be just straight blabbing, okay? But I'll show you how within 10 minutes time, we can get a pretty good shoulder pump, okay? If you want to learn how to grow bigger shoulders, two really simple exercises. All it takes is a set of light dumbbells, and we're going to pump out our shoulders. And within 10 minutes, you'll tell me if you see any difference in my shoulders, okay? So we're going to show you how to build bigger shoulders right now. Now, on that note, let's switch subjects a little bit. If you guys want to be a part of the 60-day six-pack challenge, you want to reach some physical goals in the next 60 days, drop the beer belly, blah, blah, blah. Come here 6:45 to 8 a.m. in the mornings, and then also go over to Instagram at @ThePatrickFrans, and you can follow there on my stories, and we will get your diet plan straight, right? So I'll be sharing my foods and my diets and stuff like that in my Instagram stories. So, David, how will today have benefited you in 30 years from now? Well, I believe that the more people you help in this life, because it's only a very short life we have, I believe that the more people that you help get what they want in their lives, the more you will get what you want. Streeper, I got your follow on Instagram just now. Thank you for the follow on Instagram. Yeah, certainly I'll be updating my stories and things like that for the dieting portion. I'm taking pictures of the food and stuff like that. So anyways, thanks for the follow on Instagram. If you guys want to go and follow like Streeper did, it's at @ThePatrickFrans. So you'll see my dieting there. And we're about to get this shoulder pump. But here's the financial subject for today, guys. We talk about physical fitness and financial fitness. You guys know the 60-day run for the physical fitness part of this. You can follow along my workouts. You can follow along my diets. You can follow me on Instagram and see what I'm eating all day long and all that good stuff. And we can be a part of this together and make some physical change within the next 56 days because we're 4 days into the challenge, right? So we'll flip this up. As we get this shoulder pump, okay, as we get this shoulder pump, I'm going to try to see if you guys see any difference. You tell me, right? Because this is exercises we can all do. Don't have to use heavy weight, especially when I first started 2 years ago, guys. My muscles were so atrophied. I was so weak. Oh my God. So I was starting very lightly. And I'm also going to go pretty light today because I have an elbow problem. I have an elbow injury. I have like golfer's elbow, I think, or whatever. And I am golfing this afternoon. So we're going to do a light workout. But real quick, because somebody in the comments was asking, how do we build a little bit of bigger shoulders? So I'm going to do just a couple upright shoulder presses, what we call seated shoulder presses with some light dumbbells. Sit here and just press them up, guys. We're going to bring them down about to a tapping the shoulders range, and we're going to push them straight up, get like a nice push and feel the shoulders working to keep the weights up there like that. And guys, we're going to do a bunch of shoulder presses. After we do we'll do 3 or 4 sets. It'll be simple, light, only probably 10 or 15 reps per set, depending on how it goes. So we're going to do 4 sets of shoulder presses. And then what we'll do is we'll sweep right into same set of dumbbells, and we'll do some standing lateral raises like this, okay? So guys, we're going to do some shoulder presses like this with dumbbells, then we're going to switch right into some lateral raises like this. It's only going to be 2 exercises, probably 8 sets, and we'll see if we can get a shoulder pump. We'll see what it'll do to our shoulders, okay? And consistency is the key, right? Working out 5 days a week and picking these exercises to improve the parts of your body that you want to improve. So we're going to get a shoulder pump here. But before I pick these weights up and start crushing it, so let's get a warm-up set in with some lighter weight. There we go. All right. So before I pick these dumbbells up and do set 1, let's switch to the financial part of the show, because the financial part of the show today is to expand your mind and to try to bring you into an understanding of why I do believe that mortgage note investing is the best investment vehicle that exists. That's a hell of a heavy statement, right? I believe mortgage note investing, you guys know that's what I specialize in. But buying mortgage notes as an investment vehicle is simply the best investment vehicle that exists. I know that's a heavy statement. People may agree or disagree, so we're going to find out, okay? Now, let me preface with the fact that I say that mortgage notes is the best investment that's ever been created, and that's a heavy statement. I get it, because there's a lot of investments out there, guys. I know you can already think of 10 different investments, okay? I say that mortgage note investing is the best investment that exists. And I kind of stand strong behind that too, guys. But we'll challenge you guys, right? So here's why. Because it's very difficult as an investor, okay? It's very difficult. And guys, if you don't have money to invest, I'm talking about too, not to be an investor where you have a whole bunch of money to invest. Don't worry. But I'm talking about the best investment vehicle. And when I say that, right, guys, can you use other people's money to flip a house if you have the expertise to flip a house? Yes or no? Put it in the comments. Put it in the comments. Yes or no? If you had the skills and the know-how to go and flip a house, like a house flipper, right, to make some money. If you didn't have the money yourself to go flip the house, could you get the money from a private lender or a partner or somebody else on the planet? So do you need your own money when I talk about an investment? No, I'm talking about an investment vehicle here. So you guys know that if you had the skills and the know-how to go flip a house for profit, okay, you could get private lenders to help you do that as long as they were okay with their rate of return and you could make it happen, right? So if I flipped a house, it'd be on its roof. That's hilarious. But yes, you know that that's the truth, right? A lot of individuals that build massive amounts of financial freedom are using a lot of other people's money to do it. Okay, so it doesn't have to rely on your own money. Let's talk about that first. But so why would I say mortgage notes is the best investment vehicle that exists? And I tried to crack my mind through this last night and I said, you know what? I'm going to challenge the audience. I'm going to challenge you guys. Let's find an investment that's better. Okay. And I want to challenge you guys a little bit with that. Help me try to find an investment, try to stump me, let's try to figure out a better investment than a mortgage note. And I'll tell you how to figure this out. Okay. So mortgage notes have these three things in one investment. Mortgage notes have these three things in one investment. Well, we'll talk about that. Okay, so good. At least we got Joe Dirt in here with silver. Let's go. He said LOL, so I'm not sure if you're serious or not, but silver, we can talk about that. Okay, guys, so that's good. We got our first one in here, which is silver. All right. Something you can touch, Joe Dirt. Yeah, it's silver. I got it. So we're going to go over that one. Don't go nowhere. We're going to go over that silver. Now, let me preface so that before you shout out silver, hold on one second, okay? The reason I'm saying this, guys, is because mortgage notes come with three things in one investment. And these three things are very difficult to find together in any other investment. And so that's kind of the challenge. I want you guys to think about this. So with a mortgage note investment, we have collateral. Let's start there. Okay. So with a mortgage note investment, we have collateral. So collateral is something that you get to take back if your investment doesn't go well. Does that make sense? So we have collateral. And as a mortgage note investor, real estate is the collateral. Okay. So when we talk about this, we're talking about an investment that people call safe, okay? And safe meaning that you have collateral that's worth more than your investment and you can take it back, okay? That's what collateral is. So we have collateral and real estate is the collateral. So that's number one. Number two is we have passive monthly cash flow. Passive monthly cash flow that hits your mailbox every single month. Okay, passive monthly cash flow. And number three is a higher than average yield. And when we talk about average yield, people like to compare average yield to the S&P 500. We've had a bunch of comments come in here, so let me just check it out. Let's see. Silver, we got paid for paper transfer. Not sure what you meant, MVR. Honestly, anything that comes to mind, I think notes would be the best. I'm not even into notes. But just with the research I've done and the deals I've already been in that I want to get out of. So Streeper's already understanding why I have a point here. Notes might be the best investment ever. But you have collateral and real estate is the collateral. You have monthly cash flow. Monthly cash flow is king. It's what sets people financially free, okay? And you have a better than average yield, and the average yield people compared to in the investment world was like the S&P 500, which averages about 9% per year or so. Yes, see, the collateral, the house can quietly lose value while you watch. Dak Dog, what up, dude? Good to see you back in here. Hey, what's up, NJ? Good to see you. Good morning, good afternoon. Let's see. What does financing mean? Sorry, I'm really young. It's all good. If you're really young, just sit back and listen up, man. If I was really young and I had somebody dropping nuggets to me like this, man, my life would be way different already at 46 years old. So I'm glad we have some younger watchers on here where we actually talk about real life stuff, guys. How to set yourself financially free, how to create some passive cash flow, and how to live a better life and leave a better life for your kids and your grandkids as well. LOL, running, didn't hear the notification go off. Oh, you're taking a run. Good for you, NJ, out there exercising. Let's get it. Look into the gold to silver ratio, West. You'll eat those words. Joe Dirt, we'll see. So gold and silver, we can talk about those as a comparison. That's all I've had anybody come up with so far is gold and silver compared to mortgage note investing. Gold and silver. Let's see. You can't control that collateral. You're buying someone else's bad debt. And you can't even force the owner of the home to take care of it. That sounds risky to me. Dak Dog, really good points, right, guys? So again, I promise that within a 10-minute time period, and it's already been 10 minutes, so we got to get cracking. Within a 10-minute time period, we are going to try to get a shoulder pump because one of the people that is on asked me how to grow bigger shoulders. So one of the exercises we're going to do while we talk about this, guys, is just some simple seated shoulder presses, and we're going to start with a couple sets of that. But let's go ahead and get on this, guys. So I'm going to give you some numbers, especially for Dak Dog. Let's run some numbers here real quick, see what you guys think, okay? Let's run some simple numbers. Let's say a house, and we're talking maybe say in the Midwest or the Southeast, okay? So we're in the Midwest or the Southeast for our investment. House values are much lower out there and so forth, and there's some good areas in the Midwest and Southeast that are still very affordable. So let's just say this, guys. Let's say the house that somebody's living in is worth $200,000. Okay. They still owe the bank $120,000 on their mortgage loan. And I buy that mortgage loan for $100,000. So let's talk about that, guys. The house is valued at $200,000. The people living there owe $120,000 on their mortgage. And I buy that $120,000 worth of debt for $100,000. Do you realize the house value, my collateral, that house would have to fall in value more than it did in 2008, which was the biggest housing and mortgage meltdown in world history, United States history, as far as we know it. Okay, so that is the numbers. House is worth $200,000. People living there owe $120,000. And you buy it for $100,000. So I'm in for $100,000 and my collateral is valued at $200,000. So in the case of the dilapidation of the real estate or someone living there not taking care of it, and guys, do people tend to take care of their own houses that they own better than they take care of a rental? Do people take care of the house that they rent better or the house that they own better? Generally, what do you think? So if the house is worth $200,000, people living there owe $120,000, and I buy that note for $100,000, am I fairly protected as far as collateral is concerned? Yes, the house that they own. Remember, as a mortgage note investor, guys, I don't buy the property. I buy the paper. I buy that underlying mortgage loan that they owe to someone else. They owe it to a bank. They owe it to a credit union. Good morning, HBJ10. Good to see you, buddy. If you're talking to me, Wes, okay, I don't know if you guys are going back and forth in the chat. Sorry, guys. Property is the ideal investment because BlackRock is buying up all the property, buying property to rent. Soon enough, no one will own property, but I can't afford property. Guys, affordability is only in your mind. Affordability, because you're thinking about the money you earn and the money you have sitting in the bank. That's your level of affordability. That's not how wealthy people think. Okay, and by the way, so Dak Dog, also too, I'm not necessarily buying someone else's bad debt. You guys know that they sell perfectly good performing loans in the secondary mortgage market. It's not all distressed paper, guys. I'm not buying non-performing loans or problems. You can, but you can also buy perfect performing loans that have a good, clean pay history and all those good things. Now, the problem with silver, guys, is when you own silver or gold, does it spit off any cash flow? One of the questions I have. Because what we're talking about here is trying to find a better investment than a mortgage note. Better investment than a mortgage note, being that mortgage notes have a better than average yield, return on your money. It's backed by collateral, and that you have monthly cash flow that gets spit into your mailbox every month. The problem with gold and silver, guys, it doesn't spit off any cash flow. You watch it go up or you watch it go down. It doesn't produce any cash flow to your bank account. Dak Dog, that's true, but you also have to have connections in order to find those better loans. And without people who are willing to give you or share in those deals that retain profit, you're kind of stuck. So Dak Dog, let me ask you this. In your life, have you ever made relationships with people in any new industries in your life? Sure you have. It's not hard to make. Let me ask you this. If you're going to be a house flipper, do you think you have to make good relationships with real estate agents, wholesale call centers, whatever, to get your good deals in the real estate market? Tell you what, it's harder to get the better deals in the real estate market right now because no one even knows about note investing. Everybody's over there in Pace Morby's group trying to become a gator and all this stuff, guys, competing in the real estate market with all the wholesalers, all the house flippers, all the cash buyers, all the BlackRocks. So that's a good point. Yeah, it's harder, in my opinion, to find a good deal in the real estate market than it is in the note market. Let's just put it that way. There's a lot better notes flying around. I'm kind of a solo person and I don't really have a lot of relationships, to be honest with you. Well, that's okay. We can somehow change that, can't we? You can build relationships with the right people if you want to change your life. If you don't want to change your life, you can stick in the same habits and be the same person you've always been and keep telling yourself that you're kind of a solo person, that you can keep telling yourself that. I guarantee 5 years from now, you'll still be that person. Or you can start telling yourself, hey, you know what? Maybe I am a little bit more social than I let off. Maybe I can make relationships with some new people. Maybe I can step outside my comfort zone. Guys, we got to start thinking a little bit different. All right. But let's see. Stake your crypto on a DeFi app with 6 to 10% APY. Crypto is the future since it's 100. Truth. Yes, this is truth. But you have volatility. There ain't nothing contractual in crypto and you ain't got no collateral neither. Okay, there's nothing contractual about your returns in crypto. It's all ups and downs, guys. And it's one of the most volatile markets that exists still today. I'm not dogging crypto. I got a lot of crypto. I'm going to be rich off crypto later in life when all the banking system changes and everything like that. So it's going to take years, guys. It's not these price predictions of, if such and such goes up, I'll be rich next month. No, it's how people get wrecked. But crypto is awesome. Crypto is the future. Crypto is where everything is headed. There is zero doubt about that. I'm with you on that. But see, the crypto, guys, is volatile. What goes up must come down. What goes down must come up. Can you time the markets? Are you stoic enough to sell on the way up and buy on the way down and all that? Most people don't have those systems. Most people aren't good at reading the charts. Most people aren't making plans. Most people are just buying and holding and hoping. Okay? That's not good. So there's no contractual returns in crypto or stocks. It's all speculation and volatility. It's gambling, first of all. There's no cash flow unless you get a dividend stock, but high-yielding dividend stocks are risky, okay? Subject to loss, guys. So I'm talking about, guys, you can't find something that's stable, has collateral, spits off monthly cash flow, and has a contractual yield of double digits. It's hard to find those things that are friends, the collateral, the cash flow, and the high yield, all in one investment together is what I'm challenging people to find. Gold and silver ain't going to do it for you. Buying up a bunch of XRP ain't going to do it for you. I'm not saying those things won't add wealth and protect money and those kinds of things. Yes, I'm not dogging these other investments. I'm saying you can't find something better than a mortgage note because you've got crypto, because you've got collateral, because you've got cash flow. Cash flow is king, and you have a better than average yield. Now, so let me ask you this. So since we're talking about crypto and gold, since we're talking about crypto and gold, you know how I've stacked my crypto portfolio? I've stacked my crypto portfolio using the passive cash flow that gets spit off of my secure, collateralized, high yield investment. So I have these mortgage notes. These mortgage notes pay me cash flow into my bank account every single month. If I don't need that money to live off of, which I don't need all the money that comes in to live off of to pay for my house bills and my car bills and all the other stuff bills. So I use the cash flow monthly to DCA, dollar cost average, into my favorite cryptos. Now, since 2021 till now, I've amassed quite the portfolio of cryptocurrency. But you see all my cryptocurrency, all that speculation, all that having a heart attack every time there's a bear market right now and everybody's freaking out or acting like you're getting rich when there's a bull market and, XRP went up to $3.60 and woo, yeah, whoa. But it's up and it's down and it's up and it's down and people freak out and people lose sleep at night. Why? Because their life savings are in there. Your hard-earned money is in that investment, not mine. My hard-earned money goes into investments like mortgage notes because it's clearly one of the best investments that exists on the planet. And so when I put my money into a mortgage note, I've secured my money with collateral. I've now got monthly cash flow coming in, and I've got above a 10% per year yield on my money. So I'm getting double-digit yields on my money in an environment that is collateralized, and it spits off monthly mailbox money. Every single month, I take the monthly mailbox money that's coming from that asset and I'm investing it into cryptocurrency. So now you see, I even have my money working in two places and I'm not worried. Crypto could go to zero and I'd be pissed because I have a bunch of money over there and I have high hopes, but it wouldn't me be losing my life savings. If crypto went to zero, my mortgage note portfolio is still paying me contractual monthly cash flow. Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Rather than me go and buy a car cash, I would go buy a mortgage note in cash and then I would finance the car. Why? Most of my mortgage notes pay me cash flow for 20, 25 years. If they pay as agreed, if they don't pay off earlier, if I don't, get a delinquent, go into a foreclosure, something like that. But if they're paying, which most do, I'm able to take my money and instead of buy a car with my money, which is a horrible investment, cars are the worst investments, total liability. Okay. So with a car, I would never take cash like, oh man, I finally saved up 50 grand or, oh man, I finally saved up 100 grand and now I'm going to go get me that new car I've always wanted. Dumb. So I would say you would never go buy a car in cash. What I would do is I would take my cash and buy a mortgage note. The mortgage note would have now 20, 25 year term left of paying me monthly. Well, then I would go and finance the car. What's a normal auto loan, you guys? 5 years, 6 years. People have taken them out to 7 years these days. But what's a normal auto loan? 5, 6, 7 years, okay? I've bought a note with my cash that's going to pay me monthly cash flow for 20 to 25 years. Do you understand this scenario, you guys? So if I go and buy a mortgage note and the mortgage note pays me $500 a month, okay? And then I go and buy a car and I get some sort of a lease or some sort of a car payment that's around $500 a month. The mortgage note that I bought is spitting off the $500 a month in passive cash flow that is allowing me to pay the car payment. Now, within 4, 5, 6, 7 years, the car will be paid off. But the note that you own will still be paying you monthly cash flow. So why would we ever buy a car in cash? Do you see what I'm saying? Awesome. Let's see. Happy February. Joe, since 2015, markets have gone up for 152 weeks. The bear for 52 days. Our current 52 weeks. Okay, guys, you guys are talking cryptos and stuff. Good. Uncle, how can I work on my bad back posture? Stretching generally. Oftentimes posture happens because we're tight. And when things tighten up, you lose posture. So oftentimes stretching is really good. So I would suggest getting into some yoga, maybe even getting a yoga instructor where you can go do some yoga, tai chi, stretching, athletic stretching, like sports stretching, those kinds of things. And then also too, guys, if you're having the hunchback problem and your shoulders come together and you hunch over, they actually make a brace, which is really cool. They make a little brace, a little clip brace that you can put on your shoulders, and it actually keep your shoulders back throughout the day. And so it trains your body to be in that position too. But if you had bad posture and stuff, guys, usually it's a strength or flexibility problem. Joe Dirt, oh, don't you worry. I've been accumulating. You got it, guys. My point is I'm trying to teach you guys a different mindset about money. I invest in cryptocurrencies. Absolutely. It's where the banking system's heading. We don't want to miss this boat, okay? So you don't want to miss investing in crypto. But if I'm making money from my Friday paycheck, and I'm taking my Friday paycheck and buying the crypto that I like, and making some more money on Friday and buying some crypto that I like, there's a lot of people doing that when, XRP, for instance, was at $3.50 a coin, and it was going up still. So everybody bought in with their paychecks. It's back down to $1.30. They lost most of that money. And they panic sell too. And they go, well, I can't afford to lose it all because people are investing their life savings into this stuff. So you can't sleep at night. It's a good investment, but people can't sleep at night, man. And they don't know if they wake up tomorrow, what Donald Trump tweeted is going to happen. Well, this is not very much control, guys, over your money. You don't have collateral with cryptocurrency. Okay? You don't have when Bitcoin went from 110,000 down to 65,000 again, people were just going, shit. There was nothing you could do about it, okay? What's up, dog? Let's get a nippy pop. Let's go. Woo! Nipple pop for the boys. All good, man. Let's get it. How fun. So you guys understand, when you're talking about a high yield does not normally couple with safety and collateral. High yielding investments are usually more risky. Go and look at the dividend stocks. Go look at the dividend stocks. You want to get a good yield in a dividend stock, guys? You're going to have to play some games and you're going to have to risk your ass off, okay? You understand? NJ, I'm sorry. He said that I had to bust out the nipple for the boys. That's kind of a man thing. So when somebody says, yo, bust out the nip for the boys, you got to do what the boys want you to do. Sorry for the ladies that are on here. The ladies that are on here didn't need a nip slip. But it's so funny. But cash flow, guys, is the king, okay? So let me have you guys understand something. What do you think would be better for me to give to you right now? What do you think would be better for me to give to you right now? Would you take $100,000? I give you $100,000 cash. Or I throw you over a mortgage note that you now own, and it produces $600 a month for 27 years. Would you rather me give you $100,000 cash, or would you rather me give you a mortgage note I own that produces $600 a month? There's 27 years left on the term. $600 a month. So, would you rather me give you $100,000 or the note? You tell me. Okay? Most people wouldn't know what the fuck, excuse my language, most people wouldn't know what to do with $100,000 if you gave it to them. All they would do is what we're saying here. Well, if somebody told me to go out and buy silver and then go out and buy XRP, it's going to the moon. So I'm going to go do that. They have no cash flow coming in. They have no collateral. They don't have a plan, an exit strategy plan, nothing, right? Isn't that crazy? But if somebody were to get a mortgage note instead given to them that produces $600 a month cash flow for the next, 27 years, just do the math, guys. Do the math. $600 a month for 27 years. How much money is that? It's just everybody wants immediate gratification. Here's the problem. If I gave you $100,000, half you guys wouldn't know what the fuck to do with it. And you would just do something with it real willy-nilly because someone else told you to, right? Or you heard something on the news channel or whatever. Let's say, what says Streeper? The homeowner sells the house, like they say, every 7 to 10 years. People get new homes. What happens to the note? Beautiful. Well, you tell me what happens to the note, Streeper. It's a good question. So Streeper's asking, if I own a mortgage note and the homeowners who are living there paying me the monthly mortgage payment, sell their house. They sell their house and they move somewhere else, okay? So what happens, guys? Because people don't stay in the house usually for 27 years, get it? So Streeper's making a good point that the average person these days stays in a house about 7 to 10 years on average. And I think that's come up to like 10 to 12 years now because of the current conditions, the high interest rates and things like that. For the last 4 or 5 years, a lot of people have been stuck. So maybe that's changing a little bit, but Bethany says the note gets paid off. The note gets paid off. So then if I own the note, I would get paid off, right? But remember something, guys. In the example that I started with today, if the house is worth $200,000, the people living there owe $120,000, and I buy that for $100,000. You realize I bought the debt at a discount. I bought the debt for $100,000, but they owe me $120,000. So as I'm collecting cash flow with amortization, their balance at that $120,000 is not inching down very much, even though I'm collecting monthly cash flow from them. So they decide to pay me off. I make more money, guys. If they pay me off what I'm owed, like let me put it this way. If I bought that note, house is worth 200, the people owe 120, and I bought it for $100,000. If they paid their house off the week after I bought the note, if they paid their house off 1 week after I bought that note, I would have put $100,000 into the deal and I would be paid off $120,000. Okay. So would that be a good deal if they decide to pay me off? Yay or nay? You tell me. How funny. Oh, you get time out, boo-boo, baby. Bye. So anyways, you tell me. Oops. Dropped my phone off the tripod. So who is responsible for the payoff? Because most people aren't paying off their house when they leave. I might be confused, or is this the bank pays you? No, Joe, if somebody sells their house, If somebody sells their house, they can't sell their house without paying off their first lien lender. You have to pay the bank what they're owed and you get the rest. Okay? You get the rest. A homeowner has what's called equity. A homeowner has equity. Equity is the difference between what they owe the bank and what their house is worth. So when they sell the house, they have to pay the bank everything the bank is owed, and whatever's on top of that is theirs to keep. That's called equity. Well, I do that, DC Smith, because people come in here to be helped, and then for the good people in here that are participating and wanting nuggets, it takes away from their time. So if I get little immature kids coming in and need to be put on timeout, that's where they go. You know what I'm saying? They can come back again another day when they learn how to act like mature adults. That's why, buddy. What's up? So with the 1099, with the note, how do you factor in your interest since the monthly payment is both principal and interest? So you are getting some of your principal back, for sure. Right, but most don't have that to pay out in lump sum, which is why I'm confused, I guess. Joe Dirt, listen, if somebody's house is worth $200,000 and they owe the bank $120,000 and I buy that note for $100,000, let's go back to those numbers. Then somebody's house is worth $200,000 and they owe the bank $120,000. So let's say those people decided to sell their house and move somewhere else. If they sold their house for $200,000, they owe the bank $120,000. So they would pay the bank what the bank is owed and pay the bank off to clear the loan. That's what you'd have to do if you sold the house. You clear the loan, you sell the house, you pay off the lender their $120,000 that's owed. And since you sold your house for $200,000, you have $80,000 in equity. So that would be the homeowners to keep, if that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, but with the 1099, I have, I'm sorry. Oh, okay, Streeper, I'm so sorry. I didn't know what you meant, right? So when you're talking about the income, the interest income. So you make money off interest, you don't make money off your own principal coming back to you. Your own principal coming back to you is not a taxable event. So you're only making money off the interest. So however much interest you're making, which is the profit, interest is profit. So however much profit you're making is what you're going to get taxed on, if that answers your question. I think that's what you were asking. Trying to calculate what the percentage of interest is and subtract the principal. So guys, you will have a amortization schedule. You can look at an amortization schedule and see how much each payment is filled with principal or interest. There's an amortization schedule that you can actually see how much is interest and how much is principal. I guess my point is rarely does someone have 80 to 120K to drop as a one time. In my point, most people pay in small increments. So how do you get paid out in a large lump sum since most can't? So Joe Dirt, I guess you're not kind of getting the point here. They either pay as agreed. Okay. So people either pay their mortgage as agreed, which means they pay it monthly until it's paid off 20 some odd years from now. So they pay as agreed. They just make their monthly mortgage payment on time. Eventually, their mortgage will be paid off. Or they pay it off early, and they don't need to pay it off early by financing with a new bank. Just getting a lower interest rate and getting a new lender to finance them. That new lender coming into place would pay off the old. Okay? If someone sells the house, they can't sell the house without paying the lender what the lender is owed when they sell the house. So that's how we get these lump sum payoffs. Or they just don't pay their mortgage. So they either pay it as agreed, they pay it off early, or they don't pay it. That's the only way what happens to people's mortgages. Okay? So I hope that helped. All right, so they'll either pay you as agreed, they'll pay you off early, or they won't pay you. If they pay you as agreed, we collect a great high yield, passive monthly cash flow for years and years and years without a bunch of management headache. It's not like being a landlord. If they pay off early by refinancing or selling the house or doing anything like that, coming into an inheritance, if they pay us off early, then we make extra money because we collect the discount. And if they don't pay us, I'm fine taking over their $200,000 house. Yeah, Joe, I hope that helps, right? Yeah, correct. The debt transfers over. Yes, so I don't buy the property, I buy the loan. And just like a property gets transferred ownership through a deed, a loan gets transferred ownership through an assignment. So the debt gets assigned to a new owner. That'd be me. I see Bethany's in there. Bethany's in there chiming in the comments. Bethany is certainly a professional note investor. She's my wife, and she does the things that I don't like to do in the business, and she's very good at them. Okay, so that little four sets of shoulder presses that we just did certainly do start to take some type of an effect. I'm actually starting to get some like little veins up here, which I haven't seen in years and years and years. But just those shoulder presses will get you going, get you started there if you're looking to get a little bit bigger shoulders. And you don't have to do very heavy weight. All you have to do is just push them up, guys. Just push them up. Like I said, half the battle is pushing those weights up, all right? So that's one exercise, is to get some bigger shoulders, guys. Seated shoulder presses. Seated shoulder presses will start to get you that shoulder shape right up in here. And the shoulder presses are going to work more of the top and front side of your shoulder. When you're pushing like this, it's going to work this area here that you see in the front. And then so we want to get some of this area here in the back, where you can get those shoulders to be a little bit bigger, guys. They're going to make you look a little bit better in your dress clothes. Obviously, a little bit better. You need testosterone at your age? Nope, actually you don't. Doesn't really matter your age. I know as men age, the testosterone production dwindles. Liquor Vinny said, I need testosterone at my age. Well, the funny thing is, I don't. How do I know that? Because I got my blood tested. I wanted to figure that out, guys. So we get into all this rage, okay? The TRT, the testosterone replacement therapy. Everybody's all getting jacked with it and everything like that. So, you know, as men, we see the shiny rainbows and we go, oh, I want to be jacked too. Maybe I need some of this testosterone. Well, maybe you don't. It's not the right thing for you. It's individualistic. And so when I got my testosterone tested, I was over 800. I was like 803 or 807 or something like that. So if you look at testosterone levels for a 46-year-old guy, 807 testosterone levels could rival that of a 25-year-old young gent. So thankfully, I am producing really good testosterone still, naturally, and I blood tested to find that out so that I didn't just go doing something stupid and following online and going, oh, I need some of this testosterone, and going and shooting myself with shit I didn't really need. So you got to get your blood tested and find out how your body operates and what you need specifically. And if you do have a very, very, very low level of testosterone, then it's a good idea to replace some of that. If you don't have a low level of testosterone, what are you replacing? Let nature do its thing. You know what I'm saying? Let nature do its thing. What's your diet like? Happy Vapor, good question. So we're doing a 60-day six-pack challenge right now. We're only into day 4 of it. I'm trying to get this old man six-pack to come back through. So there's too much fat on top of this thing. See that? There's like an inch or 2 of fat on top of this thing. So I'm going to try to get 6-pack abs within 60 days. It's a challenge we're doing. So if you want to know the diet for the 6-pack challenge, the diet I'm going to post pretty much daily in my stories on Instagram. So if you go to Instagram, you'll pretty much see my diet for the next 60 days. Looking pretty good. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. For 2 years ago, I was not. So it's only been 2 years that I've been able to drastically make a change. And I'm not competing with bodybuilders, people that just got out of prison for the last 10 years, or any of these guys, right, guys? It was just 2 years ago, I had a giant beer belly, and I did no muscles at all. I was atrophied. I was weak. I looked like an old 55-year-old dad. It was terrible. So 2 years ago, I switched it up. This has only been 2 years, and I've made good progress, and I appreciate people saying that I look great and all that stuff, but I got a long way to go. And so go to @thepatrickfranz over on Instagram, and you can check out my stories, and I'll be sharing my diet along the next 54 days of the 6-pack challenge, okay? So we're going to try to get some 6-pack abs. Now, let's get right into the other shoulder exercise that'll blow your shit up, okay? Same little set of dumbbells. Matter of fact, this is very light dumbbells. You guys know I use these power blocks. Pretty cool. They're really well balanced. But so as we did the shoulder presses, we were doing shoulder presses. You could do them standing like this, or you could do them sitting on a little bench or a exercise ball or whatever. But you just get yourself a pair of dumbbells. Could be 10s, could be 20s, however strong you are, whatever. And just sit there and press them up like this and do, 15, 20 reps. Put them down, do it again, put them down, do it again. You do 4 sets of those. Those will start to burn your shoulders out, okay? Now, same light set of dumbbells. If you get them right down in here and you just bend over kind of about like in this frame, and you don't want to bend over with your back bent like that, guys, and all that good stuff. You want to have like a nice straight back and just bend at your waist and just get these to where they're hanging like this, right? So we're not doing any swinging, guys. What we want to do is just lift them up and hold them there for a second, right? And then just lift them up. Hold them there for a second and do like that. We're not doing much swinging. We're not assisting with our body to get them up there. We're just go ahead and do these sets like this, right, guys? So these would be lateral raises. Got dumbbells in there. And if you start to do these, boy, and you pull off 10 or 15 of those reps, let me tell you something. With the shoulder presses and those lateral raises, you will start to beef up your shoulders quite a bit. Let's see, weekly routine exercises. Well, I work out here 5 days a week on YouTube Live. Monday through Friday, I do 6:45 to 8 a.m. We do physical and financial fitness. So we talk finances, we talk fitness, get each other in better physical shape, better financial shape. Okay. What is tea? I don't know what tea is. Oh, testosterone, maybe, babe. Are there certain foods that can help bring back testosterone? Yes, there is. Yes, there is. And so, like you said, if you guys want to go and follow the diet, yeah, so guys, if you want to follow the diet, go to @ThePatrickFranz on Instagram, and we'll look at it. Let's see. I'm about your size. How do we cut down without losing muscle mass? It's the dieting. It's the dieting, period. So just so you know, if you're new, guys, so the dieting for me, and especially in what we're going to call the 60-day six-pack challenge, because I want to get a six-pack again. I know that there's stomach muscles underneath there hiding somewhere. You can almost see them. Looks like sand dunes right now. But there's like an inch or inch and a half of fat still on top of those puppies. So my goal, guys, is not to lose any of my muscles, okay? I don't want to lose any of my muscles I've been building. Don't want to lose muscle mass, but I do want to lose the fat. So how do we maintain lean muscle mass? How do we keep our muscles up and our body fat decreasing at the same time, okay? So what we do is, and like Bethany's saying in here, keep protein high if you don't want to lose muscle, and heavy lifting and protein, that's going to keep your muscles there, and then low carbs, low fats, getting rid of the junk, the sugars, the sodas, the beers, those kinds of things, and eating a lean diet that's protein packed. So I'm going 2,000 calories per day for 60 days straight, trying not to exceed 2,000 calories a day. And in those 2,000 calories I'm going to eat per day, I'm going to be getting 200 grams of protein, and then I'm trying to eat as little carbs as I possibly can, even though I'm a carb junkie and I love dessert, but I'm actually able to make desserts, guys, and you're able to, find a way to do things to cure your sweet tooth and such where you're not eating crap and junk. So, yeah. No testosterone. You guys don't need testosterone unless you do. Get your blood tested and find out. Maybe you do have low testosterone and that could be a hindrance that you have. But get your stuff tested, guys. It's worth the $200 or $300 or whatever to do the blood testing, to see where your body's at, to see what you may be lacking, to see what you may need more of. And then you supplement those things. Every supplement, testosterone, steroids, all these crazy things people are on, this is not for everybody, even though they're marketed to everybody. So a lot of people are having major problems and health impacts later on in life because they've tried this stuff. One of my buddies thinks that doing TRT or testosterone replacement therapy caused his heart attack. You know what I'm saying? He thinks it caused his heart attack, and he's struggling now to wean himself off and get off of the testosterone replacement therapy stuff because he thinks it's really bad for him. He thinks it might have caused his heart attack and give him heart problems. So, guys, you just don't want to just jump into this stuff. May I tell you that, oh, it's a nice day. Let's go talk outside for a second. The garage is getting kind of warm and stuffy. It's such a nice morning out here. Let's go talk outside for a sec, guys. But you guys need to figure out what is what is right for you and your body makeup. And it doesn't matter what other people are doing. Everybody's body makeup's totally different. But I'm gonna take you guys outside. There's the cribbo. Such a beautiful day. Wow, it's bright out here. But beautiful day, guys, in San Diego. And what about alcohol in general? Drop the alcohol, dude. Alcohol doesn't do nothing for you, and it's one of the worst drugs. It's bad on your body. It's bad on your mind. It's bad on your energy levels. It's bad on your metabolism. Alcohol is just poison, man. If you could get rid of the alcohol. Yeah, thank you guys. It's a beautiful view today. Some low-hanging clouds. Obviously, San Diego's great because of its mountains and hills and things like that that are all over the place. Every time I go to Arizona, I like Arizona, and I have a bunch of friends there, but it's so flat. There's a bunch of beautiful scenery out here in San Diego. And yeah, you got that walking trail. Kind of cool, huh? Streeper. Let's see. So there's this walking trail that you can go down. It's pretty cool. Don't really see a bunch of people on that trail. I'll tell you what you see more of is coyotes. Watch this, you guys. Watch this. Watch this. Look at this. See that guy right there? That's a wild coyote. What good timing that is. Holy moly. Ha ha ha. Look at that. That is a wild coyote. I wish I could zoom in for you guys, but can't zoom on this screen. But there is a wild coyote right there. As I was just about to say, I see more coyotes on this trail than I do people. Hey! Look at him. Right here. That's wild, right? Oh, my beer. What timing was that? He just bounced into the bushes in the canyon. Dude, that was timing. How funny, dude. Crazy. Yeah, I know. That was crazy. I was just about to say, you know what? I see more coyotes on this trail than I do people. And there was a freaking coyote right there. Dude. Anyways, that was a trip, wasn't it? Wow. Oh my God. Bethany's upstairs. She said if he comes get me, he was more scared of me, obviously, guys, right? But anyway, holy crap. So yes, it's a cool view. This is a nature canyon. It's a private trail. You can go walking down that thing if you want to mess with the coyotes, because as you can see, the coyotes are real up in here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, coyotes not so nice. You don't want to mess with those guys. So, but anyways, what a trip that was. Wowzers. The good Lord has interesting timing sometimes, doesn't he? Anyways, crazy. So guys, if you want to follow along, you were still on here, NJ. That was sick, right? That was sick. He was scared of the shoulder pump. How funny. Wild, dude. Wild. But anyways, guys, yeah, so certainly get your blood tested and then find out if you guys need anything like that. And if you need testosterone replacement therapy and all that, then good. Get it. But if you don't need it, then don't go putting something in your body you don't need that could have bad side effects. We're in San Diego, California, brother. Beautiful San Diego, California. And yeah, it's already 65 degrees out here today. It's beautiful. So that's where we're at. Yeah. So cool. So if you guys want to follow along with the diet, we're doing the 60-day six-pack challenge. Trying to get a six-pack abs in 60 days. Pain in the butt. But you can follow along with all my dieting and stuff like that. I'm making my meal plans and what I'm eating throughout the next 56 days, because we're 4 days in now. But at the Patrick Franz, you can go and check out the at the Patrick Franz. Go and check out the Instagram. Go and follow me on Instagram at the Patrick Franz, and we can get some more of my diets and my stories daily and things like that. And then we're going to be working out 5 days a week. You guys know, 5 days a week in my garage gym. We call it the dungeon. Do you guys see now why I call my garage gym the dungeon? So this is what I go from out here. Okay. We go from the beautiful view, the nice pool, the nice sunshine. It's so gorgeous. And watch when I walk back in, you'll see the camera change. You guys will laugh. Watch when we walk into the dungeon. Walk back into the dungeon. Ready? Here we go. Anyways, guys, and we get into the dungeon, the workshop. We got the Peloton bike. We got the benches. We got the little rack, the little machine. We got the children's transportation. We got daddy's transportation. You know what's up. So it's just a simple garage gym, guys. It's not flashy. It's not special. And you don't need flashy and special to get your ass in good shape, to get jacked, to get better shoulders, to get your six-pack kick in. You don't need much. Okay, guys? You can do it on your own. You can do it with your own time. Thank you for the beautiful view. Yeah, we're in San Diego, Blaster, San Diego, California. Let's go. All good stuff. And so, guys, follow me on Instagram at @ThePatrickFrans. We're going to be going over all the foods in my stories all day long. So what I eat throughout the 60-day six-pack challenge will be in there. You guys can come do workouts here with me live, YouTube in the mornings. I have had an elbow injury, and I haven't really been working out crazy the last couple of days for sure. Hopefully next week I'll be able to get really back on track with some heavier and nicer workouts to follow along with. If you want to lose 40 pounds, it's all about the diet, Randy. So join us. Go to my stories. So go to my Instagram at @ThePatrickFrans. Follow me so that you can see my stories. And I'm going to update all the whole 60-day ab challenge. I'm going to update what I'm eating every day, all my meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So that's the best way to follow along with the diet. If you want motivation and talk shit with one another, maybe even work out together or whatever, then I'm doing this from 6:45 to 8 a.m. Pacific time right here in the dungeon. It's my garage gym. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know what you guys are talking about. The blood type, I'm just saying, no, not the blood type. I'm saying get your blood tested to find out if you have low testosterone or you're anemic or whatever. You got to figure out what your body needs before you start replacing. Because everybody's going out there and getting trin and testosterone and all this stuff because my buddy at the gym who's jacked said I need to get on it. And no. Don't do that. It's what's good for some people is not good for everybody. So follow along with the diet on Instagram. And guys, check this out. Today, if you guys want to, I'm doing a webinar. It's at 12 noon Pacific time, so 4 hours from now. I do a full webinar for free, and I break down case studies, performing note, non-performing note, the numbers, the yields, the risks, what happens with early payoff, all those things we've been talking about today. And the link is right down here in the description of this video. So if you go down in the description of this video, there's a link. You can sign up for my webinar. If you're available from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock Pacific time, maybe you hop on, guys, where I really do a screen share and I really break down what it is I do with mortgage note investing and how you can do the same thing. So free webinar today. 4 hours from now, 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. The link to the webinar is in the description of the video. And if you want to come join me, I'm going to break down note investing like crazy for like 45 minutes and show case studies and really show you guys what it is that I do that helped me to create financial freedom in my life. Okay. So, yeah, once you hop off, guys, in the description of this video, there's going to be a link to the webinar. Okay. So I'd love to see you guys there. And I'm going to break down note investing, really how it works front to back. Okay. The whole thing and how you guys can do it too. So that's free. It's a little masterclass I do on Thursdays for people. Join me here 6:45 to 8 a.m. for workouts and for talking shit because we're in the garage gym we call the dungeon. So it's real, non-scripted. We just roll with one another. And I try to hook you guys up with some motivation physically or financially. And, you know, of course, you got the Instagram for the dieting. Go follow me at @ThePatrickFrans. Get the stories, guys. Let's just maintain positivity. Let's just go about our days and weeks moving forward here thinking that we can get in our best physical shape we can possibly be in for ourselves. That's a choice we can make. We can also get in the best financial position we can be in for ourselves. Both of those things are kind of a game we play. But if you're not playing the game, you ain't going to win, guys. People who are sitting on the bench ain't going to get a chance to catch a touchdown pass in life. So I get you guys off the bench. Let's go physically and financially. We'll be right back here tomorrow for another workout, and we'll talk some more shit together tomorrow in the garage gym, 6:45 to 8 a.m. Wish me luck that I don't injure my elbow again today playing golf this afternoon. I wish you guys the best. You know I love y'all, and it's all about motivating each other to do our best physically and do our best financially. All right, guys. Love y'all. We'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.